Let's take a look at this Alte model of the endocrine glands inside of the body. So quickly you have the pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, testis, ovary, parathyroid gland, and then the pancreas. So let's go ahead and zoom in here and take a look at each of these sort of independently. All right, so first up, we have the pituitary gland, which has a close association with the hypothalamus, making up the hypothalamic pituitary axis. We have the anterior pituitary, which is made of glandular tissue, and we have the posterior pituitary, which is made up of nervous tissue. So your anterior pituitary is going to secrete growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and prolactin. Your posterior pituitary is going to secrete oxytocin and vasopressin, or antidiuretic hormone. Now you do have this intermediate region here, the pars intermedia, which is largely regressed in mammals, but in non-mammalian vertebrates, this is going to secrete that alpha melanocyte stimulating hormone. All right, next up we have the thyroid gland, and the thyroid gland is going to secrete the thyroid hormones, T3 and T4, which are going to help with metabolism. It's also going to secrete calcitonin, which plays a role in regulating blood calcium levels. Our adrenal gland is going to secrete the mineralocorticoids like aldosterone to help regulate ion levels. It's also going to secrete the glucocorticoids like cortisol, which is the stress hormone, to help regulate some glucose levels used in energy production. Then you have the kidneys, which is going to secrete renin, which is involved in the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone cycle to secrete mineralocorticoids. You have the male reproductive organ. This is the testis, and the testis is going to secrete the male sex hormone, which is testosterone. Okay, down here we have the ovary, the female reproductive organ, and that's going to be responsible for secreting the female sex hormone, which is estrogen. Move this over, we have the parathyroid glands. Right? These are your parathyroid glands, the purple things, which sit next to the thyroid gland. And the parathyroid glands secrete parathyroid hormone, which is responsible for helping regulate blood calcium levels along with calcitonin. And then lastly, you have the pancreas. So your pancreas is going to secrete glucagon and insulin, which both help regulate our blood glucose levels. Okay? So those are all the different hormones that are secreted in the different endocrine glands that are present inside of the body. So take a look at the rest of the videos which go over the different hormones, their target tissues, and their mechanisms of action.